Good morning. I'm doing my warm-up games for the upcoming X rotation right now. I've been in a bit of a slump lately when it comes to X rank. I've fallen about like 200 points from my peak in a couple of days. And I'm sure there are dozens of reasons, like sometimes it just be like that. But I don't think it's a coincidence that I have been struggling a bit with eating enough, sleeping enough, and like managing depressive tendencies in these last few days when my peak has slumped. It is very important to be taking care of yourself, like physically and mentally, because you'll be healthier and happier. I also think that it is important to be doing these things because it'll make you better at Splatoon. I've talked before about how like thinking is just too slow. And so like if your brain is just a little bit off, like those small minute, I don't know what I'm doing, those small minute, like your brain is just moving a little bit too slow because you're a little bit tired, that affects your performance a lot in Splatoon. And then from like a physicality standpoint, I would say that Splatoon is very physically engaged, not in the sense that it is physically strenuous, but in the sense that it requires a lot of physical precision when it comes to aiming. You need to like swing your hands around, not wildly, but like in order to make these big flips, you do need to be moving your hands quite a bit. But then you also need your hands to be moving like slowly and steadily to like track people or pre-fire a certain spot. It just takes a lot of precision. And there have definitely been a lot of times in my life where I've felt my mech struggling, in no small part because I felt like my hands were just like shaking a little bit. Yeah. That's not to say that like if you have shaky hands you can't be good at the game, but the steadier your hands are, the better. And like how you are physically doing has an impact on that. Also, like, I was watching a video talking about aim training in the context of mouse and keyboard the other day, and one of the things the person said was make sure you're aiming with your arms too, not just your wrists, because if you only aim with your wrists, it'll like mess them up long term. And we kind of only aim with our wrists in Splatoon. Like, I don't know how you would aim with your arms, other than like, I guess, a swivel chair, but that's not really something that's gonna happen. So I think it's extra important to be diligent about maintaining your physical health, in terms of like doing your wrist exercises, eating enough, sleeping enough, to offset the fact that we are putting a lot of strain on our wrists. Like there are a lot of people that play more Splatoon than I do and do not have the same wrist issues that I do. So like it's definitely preventable. But if you don't eat enough, like I think that it is because I don't eat enough and struggle to get enough sleep that I have like my wrists hurt if I stay up too late. My wrists crack a lot, like especially in the morning after I wake up. They're very, very floppy. I've had, not as much anymore, but like in the past I've definitely had some near debilitating wrist pain that meant I just like didn't feel like I could do anything with my wrists really, and I like didn't play the game for a few weeks, which for me is a massive break because I usually play every day. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself. From like a physical standpoint, it'll make you better at Splatoon. From a mental standpoint, it'll make you better at Splatoon. You'll be healthier, you'll be happier. It's just very important for so many different reasons to be taking care of yourself. So yeah, that's all for me for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.